Hello. Today we want to talk about shame and specifically how to overcome that very common shame that you feel when you're telling people, especially old colleagues or clients, that you're looking to return to work after a career break.
Yeah, this is a real thing. And we see this as something that keeps our students, clients stuck. And there are some real pieces to this.
For sure.
And the first is just understanding it. Why do you feel like this? That's your first step to taking control over it. What is making you feel?
A lot of it is myths in your head.
Absolutely.
Like one is, why would people be anything other than excited to reconnect with you and help you in your journey to return to work?
Yes.
And I think another piece of that is, especially for those of you who may have taken longer career breaks, it feels like I can't reach out to someone. I haven't talked to them in 14 or 20 years. You can. I still remember people that I worked with 35 years ago, like it was yesterday.
Right.
And just as you remember them, they'll remember you. And just as you're excited to reconnect with them, they're going to be excited to reconnect with you.
Yeah. I think also some of that is just you enjoying, right? You enjoying it and coming at it from that mindset, because what I hear a lot from our students is, I feel like I have to explain. I feel like I have to let them know why I made this choice, or this was my reasoning behind it. You don't. You don't have to explain anything to anyone. This is a professional conversation that you're having. The depths of why you stepped out, be it a divorce, your marriage didn't go,
or you had kids, or your parents were sick, or all the above.
You were home with a child who had special needs, or you were seeing your parent to the end of life. These are all things that are for you and the most important people in your life to know and understand, and you gain support from those people. These people that you're reconnecting with and you are reaching out in a professional sense, they have not earned the right. They have not earned the right. So please hear that, to have a big explanation. It's something that I took a break for a while, as you know, and
kids are grown, I'm back, or parents or whatever. It's just you gloss over it. Your focus is not on why you left or when you left or what you did when you left. Not yet. It's I'm back. And just remember that people are thinking of you far less than you think they are. Not only are they not going to remember the length of time that's passed, or if they do, it's going to feel like it's happened in a flash. They're not that keyed in. You are, I teach fitness classes. I was talking about this morning.
Yeah.
We think so much more about our bodies than other people do, or our faces, or whatever it is that you feel any kind of anxiety over.
Right.
We notice those things. Other people are not that focused on us.
Yes. And so when that voice comes up in your head that says, I need to tell them my story of why I left, or I really feel like I have to explain this away, or they're going to be thinking about, because that's what we hear. They're going to be thinking, well, why did she make that decision? Or, what has she been doing all of this time? That is none of your business, really. And people aren't thinking about you that much.
Not yet. If you watch our other videos, we talk a lot. Dominates about how to talk about your break in that context. But at this point, we're just making connections. The second thing, after you kind of just level setting yourself, is to create some context, both in your mind, and if you have to, you don't usually have to explain it to others, but that is that more than half of all professional women, and this has been vetted by Consensus, by LinkedIn, by McKinsey, will take a career break of more than 2 years. Almost overwhelmingly, it's due to childcare or family caregiving responsibilities. So you're in the majority. You are not that unique. That's a really important thing to remember.
Yes, you are not alone in doing this. You are not alone in doing this. The next thing is to reframe. Okay, so let's really talk about this. Dependent family members benefited from this time and have had significant, really amazing outcomes because of this time that you've taken to be home with them. And you need to remember that. You need to reframe that in your brain and see the value that you've added in that time.
I agree. Society too.
Yep.
We volunteer. Caregivers like us, we took career breaks, volunteer. We are the bedrock of our communities. But I think the most important thing in terms of reframing is to understand that, statistically speaking, anyone you network with or interview with, anyone you meet on this path back, knows either a very close friend or even more likely a family member who has taken a career break and has gone back to work. So they not only empathize with you, but they appreciate your situation. They're going to want to help you.
Yes. And here is your real job. Your real job is to educate, to let this audience, to let these people know about the positive impact your career break has had on your family, your community, and on you.
You gain skills through this experience. You gained experience from being home, advocacy, leadership, prioritization. It could be specific skills that you develop within your field as a volunteer or community leader, right? Very important that you remember that, and that you remember that this perspective change also really helps you. There's something that grounds us when we leave the professional workplace and see things from the perspective of a consumer, a participant, someone who is living with laws that are being made or products that are being designed. And that shift in perspective is a real plus. And then tying it into all the benefits that those skills, experiences, and perspective changes bring to the workplace, right?
So there you have it. How to overcome shame when telling people, and you should not feel shame.
No, hopefully not.
The end of this, when telling people about your career break. If you liked what you heard today, you can learn more about our programming at www.preparetolaunchu.com. Thanks.